What up everybody, welcome to Untapped. This is the first video the team and I will be doing to untap your potential in Magic the Gathering. Weekly, daily, we'll try to pop them out as quickly and efficiently as possible. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Quick shout out to Kyle, Nick, the two schmucks, Carter and Jameson. These guys are hilarious. If you want to laugh, please go check them out, the two schmucks. Okay, so today's video is for all you Simic guildies out there. I'm one myself. This is a very new Simic deck. 95% of the cards are from War of the Spark. But first, pros and cons for the current deck variations. So Simic has a lot, or was a lot like Golgari Sultai decks, depending on the version you were playing. But it's the same when it comes to the limitless variations, right? It had very strong creature consistency, it had good ramping, an extra win condition through Ascendancy. It could go wide, right, depending on the build you're running. But it lacked control. Unlike Golgari, Sultai, we didn't have the creature removal, the creature control, etc., right? And it also suffered from other decks that dominated the air. I mean, it had Hydra Crisis, such a strong card, but one flyer in the deck doesn't shut down anyone's fly game at least half the time. At least half the time. I mean, your opponent got rid of Crisis, then what? I know some people put in Vivian Reed's Crushing Canopy cards, cards with the Prey Upon effect, but all around it struggled, okay? It struggled hard. Now, as strong as Simic evolved and got, we just didn't hold up against the top 8. I know some of you right now are shouting, Simic Nexus, Simic Nexus! Okay, yes. But I mean, that was it. It kind of felt like that was the only option. I mean, I got sick of playing against that irritating, boring deck, so I didn't want to turn around and play it myself. I mean, going up against Mono Red, Mono Blue Aggro, to name a few, Esper Control, Izzet Drakes, it just did not hold up against the big boys, right? But, I mean, with the new set coming around the corner, I know every guild, almost every type of deck can upgrade to be stronger, and that includes Simic. Okay, so let's take a look at the deck I designed. I know this will morph and twist and turn in the weeks that follow the set's release, but we got to start somewhere. Okay, so up first, Merfolk Skydiver. Love the artwork on this card. Merfolk Skydiver is a 1/1 flyer for 2 that puts out a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If there's nothing else to target, it's a 2/2 with Proliferate at the least, right? It has a mana sink into Proliferate. Yeah, it's a little high, but it gives you the option, right? Option is always good. I like options. You're already getting a 2/2 for 2 to insert into a deck that has issues against flying, or had issues against flying. Excuse me. Also, this is great because you also have Incubation Druid in this deck. It sucks that Incubation Druid becomes a 1/3 instead of a 3/5 if you put the 1/1 counter into it, but none of us can forget that that's a 1/3 that produces 3 mana, right? Chances are, once you get Merfolk Diver out with Incubation Druid on the battlefield, you now have enough mana to use Merfolk Diver's Proliferate ability. Boom. Enough said. Next card, Pollenbright Druid. Okay, so this one is close to the Skydiver, as it comes out and can put a 1/1 counter on the target creature, on a target creature. Again, the minimum you get here is a 2/2. The 1/1 counter can be put on Incubation Druid for the 3 mana ability, but what makes this card so perfect in this deck is it can also do those things, and if you draw late into the game, it proliferates. Excellent card. Next up, Wall of Runes. 1 mana, okay? It's 1 mana. It blocks anything on the ground 4 and lower, right? Shock, Lightning Strike. It's hard to get rid of. Oh, and oh yeah, it's Scries. Scry is important because we need to get Ascendancy and a number of other cards in the deck as quickly as possible, right? This card just makes pulling things off that much easier. Up front, it's an amazing early blocker. Okay, one we're all familiar with by now, Incubation Druid. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. We all know the Queen of Ramp. She gets things out faster. She's great with Hydroid Crisis. If you can get the Adapt off, she's a beast. Right? Enough said. Nisa, who shakes the world. Oh yeah, she's in here. And she's in here 3 or 4 times. I would run at least 3. She combos so great in the deck. Your force tap for 2. Whoa. She pumps out 3 3s with vigilance and haste. Whoa again. Key wording here is her +1, which is 3 1 +1 counters. Okay, so every time she +1s, she puts 3 counters on Ascendancy. Even more importantly, she turns your lands into elemental creatures, which combos crazy with another card in this deck. Hydroid Krasis. I love this card so much. I mean, it has flying, it has trample, it draws you cards, it gains you life, it gets a lot of counters on Ascendancy. Moving on. Roalesk Apex Hydra. This card is in here because I just love this card. Okay, I love it as much as I love Hydroid Krasis. This guy belongs in every Simic deck, hands down. If all you got right on the board is a 3/3, this guy comes out and boom, now you got a 5/5 and a 4/5 with flying and trample. Wow. Bad boy also comes with his own protection, right? Your opponent does not want to kill this guy in a deck where everything has counters on it, because when he dies, everything gets way bigger. Alright? Nisa Ultimates, Hydroid Krasis becomes an 8/8 flying trample, for example. Right? Highly probable. You hit 20 counters on Ascendancy. I mean, this guy is up for MVP in my book. Okay, so I would put at least one of this guy in there. I'm a huge fan of the card already, so I'm probably going to put 2 in. Evolution Sage. Okay, this is the card I'm most curious about. How well it's going to do here. So much potential in this card's ability. It's a 3/2 for 3. Not so great, but it comes out early enough to benefit from future lands coming into play, and goes great with our next card that I want to show you in the deck. Nisa's Triumph. Grab 2 forests out of your library for 2 mana. Right? Good enough. Why is this great though? Because it removes 2 lands from your deck, so you have lesser of a chance to draw into them, because they're already going to be in your hand. And bonus, guess what? You've got Nisa Planeswalker cards in this deck, so you could potentially grab 3 lands, any lands, 3 Hinterland Harbors. Okay, so you're putting more bodies on the ground for Nisa to turn into 3/3s, putting more counters onto Ascendancy, and Evolution Sage is having a field day proliferating, just out of control, right? Great card in the deck. Boom. V2 Ghazi. Whew. Short and sweet. V2 Ghazi. It puts out a 9/9. In this deck, though, it puts out a 9/9 and it puts 9 counters on Simic Ascendancy. Oh! Enough said. Okay. Last but not least, I recommend putting one of these into every deck, simply because it's a mana sink that proliferates. You'll probably see this guy in every deck in War of the Spark. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Okay, great card. You'll need to put 1, maybe 2, right? Great card. Well, alright guys, that's my new Simic Ascendancy. Please share any thoughts and or ideas. What do you like? What do you not like? And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.